6:18, Todd Jeffries and Don Pryor.
It's a show.
Let's give them the business. How about that? 6:20, we always give you a little business news.
The business.
And this definitely affects local business. You're spending more and more time of your life stuck in traffic.
No doubt.
The traffic definitely affects local businesses. This new study from Texas A&M Transportation Institute finds that you spend a full week each year just sitting on your backside right there in traffic. Yeah, the study's author, Bill Isley, he says this congestion is spreading into the suburbs, and it's increasingly very difficult to avoid.
We have a third of the delay that's in the midday and also overnight. So the times when you think you can get out and escape the congestion, you can't.
Yeah, that's right. Now, among the study's recommendations and solutions is one that falls right in line with Austin's long-term transportation goals. Bottom line, the Aggies say we need more mass transit that would help improve traffic flow and help improve business activity as well. That's what they say. That's what the Aggies say. Also in business news, like Walmart before it, Target posted more than a 30% surge in the second quarter on online sales, boosting its profit. Yeah, the results show that the mass retailers are pulling ahead of more traditional brick-and-mortar stores such as Macy's and JCPenney's in the face of competition from e-commerce giant Amazon and tariffs on Chinese imports. Not only have the giant chains leveraged aggressive digital strategies, along with services like drive-by pickup and delivery, they're using size to find savings somewhere in the supply chains to offset their duties, for the trade tariffs. So great news for Target and Walmart. Things are booming big time.
I was in there at about 9 o'clock on Friday night, this past Friday, and the place was packed.
The Target?
Yes.
Well, it's the time of year. It's the time of year. Kids going back to college.
Well, I guess
back
so.
to high school. You got to do some school shopping.
True, I guess so.
Yeah.
But
never go to a Target or a Walmart near a university the weekend before kids move in. Don't, just stay away from it.
Yeah, you did that, didn't you?
Yeah, don't do that, man.
Near Tech.
They're just packed, man.
Yeah.
Because you got to get the fluffy floor mat to put in front of the toilet.
You better.
You got to have that if you're in your new apartment. Hey, check this out. Austin's airport is testing out a self-driving shuttle bus in a limited area between the main terminal and the car rental area. Spokesperson Bryce Doobie, he tells Fox 7 News this 6-seat shuttle. It's in operation during peak travel times each day. And for now, an attendant will be on board just to calm a few nerves.
To assist travelers as they're coming through the airport, but also for safety and monitoring purposes as well.
That's right. Now, the shuttle is also free for passengers. And if it proves to be an asset to the airport, then the shuttle services and the routes could be expanded. Eventually, there'll be nobody on there. Just 6 people sitting in this little box. It looks like a bread box.
Yeah. Well, you know what? At DFW Airport, of course, this thing is on tracks. The tram, though, you take a DFW from terminal to terminal. Nobody driving that thing, but you're on a track, so that gives you some kind of peace of mind. But this would be interesting. You first. Let me know how it goes.
Well, they're already doing it. There's already been thousands of people that have already done it.
I know, but
and there's been no problem. They've been testing it for a few weeks.
Just
now.
talking about you and me.
It's pretty. I'll do it.
Well, I imagine.
I aggressively want autonomous vehicles. Bring it, man.
Well, I do too. I just.
You just don't want to be in one.
We got a long way to go. But I have a feeling this will be going rather slow at the airport, so probably not that big of a threat.
Got an update on the deer situation out in Lakeway.
Oh,
you remember the story about that woman that was a new transplant into the city of Lakeway, and she and her daughter saw this trap, and these deers, the deer were screaming and making noises after being trapped.
It's not right.
Yeah. Here's from that video.
This is not right.
Yeah, that's a mom freaking out because she saw the deer trapped.
Yes.
And it's something Lakeway had been doing for many years. The deer population, from time to time just explodes.
Oh, it's crazy out there.
And you got deer on the road. It involves in crashes, and people could get hurt.
They're like ants.
Yeah.
They are like ants.
They
out
really
there.
are. So Lakeway, years ago, started this trapping and relocation program.
Yeah.
These big, round, traps, where the net would fall and catch them, and then they'd put them on a trailer and I think take them to South Texas on some ranch down there. Well, this woman, she saw this happening. This was just last year.
Yes.
And the video that she took went viral.
This is not right.
Yeah, she was pretty upset. Her kids saw all this.
Wasn't like they were netting them and then clubbing them.
Well, amid the ongoing controversy over its deer trapping program, the city of Lakeway has made some changes to manage the size of the deer population in the community. Here's Lakeway City Council member Gretchen Vance.
We need to manage the growth in the herd, which doesn't necessarily mean no growth. It doesn't mean let it go crazy. It just means manage it based on what these surveys say.
So this updated program will include annual population evaluation and stiffer punishment for people who violate the no feeding ordinance.
This is not right.
We still got people out there feeding the deer? What a nuisance that is.
And why would there be a problem?
Supporters say generations of deer trapping has little to no effect on the population size.
Well, I'm not really understanding because this netting program is also managing the population.
Sure.
That's how they're doing it.
Yes.
One of the ways they're doing it.
Right.
So they're just what else are you going to do? What I mean, how else do you?
Well, it is almost November.
They
I
gotta
think
talk-
we can figure out what we should do. How
Well,
about, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a good time to go to the range or GT and get your gun sighted in.
Very efficient.
Yeah, don't do that in city limits, though, by the way.
No.
But here's what they're predicting. Here's what the critics of the change are saying, that there's going to be an increase in the deer population and there's going to be an increase in accidents and cars and deer.
Yeah. Well, I guess they need the deer to practice birth control. Maybe that's what they're going to do. They're going to talk to the deer and say, look. Condoms.
Yes.
Condoms.
624 on the Todd and Don Show. Stay with us. We're going to hear from a couple of the folks that attended that town hall yesterday hosted by the Downtown Austin Alliance on the homeless crisis.
Yeah.
We found a couple of people that have a message directly for you, Don Pryor. And Greg Kassar, he's got something to say to you. He's got a bone to pick with you. That's coming up.
The Todd and Don Show.
When it's time to get